everybody. Welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric. Got a single malt scotch on the bar today. The Balvenie, 15 years old, Madeira cask finish. As always, nose taste finish review. Coming your way, I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, give you a final score, and leave you with a malt musing. Here we go. Balvenie, one of my favorite distilleries, if I'm being real, and one of my favorite bottle designs, actually. They are a Speyside distillery, and this 15-year-old Madeira cask is coming in at 43% ABV. It does not say anything on here or in all of the elaborate writings on the tube, which Balvenie is kind of known for, if this is natural color. So I'm assuming that they maybe added some color to this, and I'm also going to assume that it's been chill filtered because it doesn't say anything otherwise. This bottling itself is, I believe, a travel retail exclusive. So not exactly one you can run out to the store and grab, but you can find them pretty easily online, particularly if you look overseas in the UK. So here's what it says: 15 years of maturation in traditional American oak whiskey barrels. And then it says here on the second cask, finishing in Madeira increases complexity, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't say how long Madeira, but it doesn't seem very long. However, that color probably has a little bit added to it. But what matters most is, of course, how it tastes. That's what it looks like in the glass. Let's check it out. On the nose. So if you've had Balvenie whiskeys before, you're definitely going to notice something familiar here, which is that signature kind of honey, almost toffee-like quality to it, orange zest, a little bit of lemon, but it's very sweet, faint hints of spice. There's vanilla popping out of this too. And then you start getting a little bit more of this kind of, like I said, orange and fruit coming off that Madeira. This is definitely on the sweeter side of a whiskey, perhaps a little bit dry. There's some spice in the background. It's almost like, again, like a lemon zest or a pepper. Okay, let's give it a taste. It's lunch. So I'll tell you this. Right off the bat, for 43%, it's got a rather rich arrival. Orange, toffee, that sweetness. There's even like a peach note popping through here. Maybe that's coming in from that Madeira. Medium on the development, medium finish, slightly drying on the end, but mostly just kind of rich, sweet, toffee, somewhat malty, and then that fruit notes on the back end carrying this one all the way through. Let's put a little bit of water on it just to make sure we don't miss anything. Okay. Put about 3 drops on here. Again, this is only 43%. Boy, it's really popping out that fruit a bit more now. I'm getting more kind of dried red fruit. Again, that peach, that orange zest, really in there. Caramel notes now too. It's a bit more of an active whiskey on the nose with that water. Let's give it a taste. Chocolate coming through now. Otherwise, pretty much the same, drier on the finish. The water really brings to the surface this kind of bourbon cask, oaky, chocolatey, vanilla-y notes. Still though, nice and rich. Okay, let's talk value. Madeira cask finish, 15-year-old Balvenie. So a 15-year-old Balvenie, most of y'all are probably familiar with their sherry single casks, which are running like $150 right now. This is around that same price, in that like 130 to 150 mark USD, give or take. So not exactly a inexpensive whiskey, despite its travel retail release. So again, you can find these primarily if you look overseas websites in the UK, shipped to the US, will definitely have this for sale. And if Madeira Cask is your thing, take a look at it. So let's talk final thoughts here. Look, this is a really nice, good whiskey. It's surprisingly rich, as I mentioned, which I'm actually really enjoying, given that it's just 43%. It does seem the finish was not very long on this. So it's not overpowering that kind of classic Balvenie, which is nice. It's just giving it an accent. It's a good whiskey. Is it $130 to $150 good whiskey? That's in the eye of the beholder. So, am I going to buy this one again? Probably not, simply because of that price. But that shouldn't dissuade anybody else from getting this if they like Madeira. So is this a buy it whiskey, a try it whiskey, or an avoid whiskey? I think this is a try it whiskey. 3.5, 3.25, 3.5, 3.5. That's what it's going to go. I definitely recommend you try this. If you have a whiskey friend who's got a bottle, maybe they can give you some. Otherwise, you might be able to still find this at a bar that serves good whiskey. But for the most part, otherwise, you're going to be paying a pretty hefty sum for this bottle, and I can't quite go so far as to say this is a must-buy at that. So yeah, this is a try-it whiskey for me. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think it's above average for its quality. It's just that price kind of knocked it down. So there you go. Solid release from one of my favorite single malt distilleries. Let me know in the chat if you had this before. Leave a comment and share what other Balvenies that you really recommend. Maybe I can get to those next. And with that, I will kick you over to your malt musing. I'll see you next time here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. So lunch.